This is Laurel from Guided by Love, where love is the family we belong to and gratitude is the wealth we live with. Thank you so much for being here. I am so grateful for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes and views. Thank you so, so much. I really appreciate each and every one of you. And I'm going to start out this twin flame reading using drawing the Divine Feminine from the Divine Feminine Oracle by Lisbeth Cheever Gassman, I believe it's pronounced. So we're going to I shuffled the decks before we started, so I'm going to go ahead and grab what is it that the Divine Feminine needs to know on this January evening. What is it that the Divine Feminine needs to know on this January evening? Then a card came out. What is it that the Divine Feminine needs to know? Another one wanted to come out. We're going to see if there's any more that want to come out. Ooh, that was like a whole clump of cards. So the energy is fast moving right now. Wow. One more coming out. All right. So we're going to take those and go ahead and I love this deck. It's absolutely beautiful. For the Divine Masculines, we're going to use the Activations Oracle. Just love these. And yeah, we'll use the Activations Oracle for the Divine Masculines. So what is it that Divine Masculines need to know for this evening in January? Oh, two came out together. Oh, and I just dropped a whole bunch of them. Wow, this energy is just crazy. Lots of lots of energy. I've not had this happen in quite a while, where all these cards just like went plopped out on the floor. Wow. Some fast moving energy right now for sure. Let's see if there's anything else for the Divine Masculine. What is it? Oh, that one wanted to come out. Okay, so we have 3 for the masculine, 3 for the feminine that came out. And for the journey, I'm going to use the Keeper of the Light Oracle cards for the journey. Aren't those beautiful, by Kyle Gray? What is it that the Divine Masculine and Feminine needs to know for the Twin Flame journey? And 2 cards popped right out for the journey. What is it that the Divine... Oh, that one wanted to come out. Okay. So we will take those. All right. So let's start out with the journey. We have for the journey, the Twin Flame journey, we have and I apologize if I'm not pronouncing these correctly, but Rada, Soul Flame journey. And I'm going to move this little Angelica crystal. It says rediscover a lost part of ourselves, experience relationship harmony and healing. So this is for the Twin Flame journey. So I feel like there are transformations happening right now for both twins in to rediscover that lost part of ourselves and bring us back to harmony and healing within the self. And oh wow, look at this. I'm seeing this as like a peonies, a peonies flower. If anybody comment below if you know the meaning behind a peonies. I heard a reader mention it last week, and I don't remember what was said, but I grew up with huge peonies bushes around our house, and I absolutely love them. And the interesting thing about peonies is that they cannot grow without ants. They need the ants to come in, and if you look at a a blossom, there's ants all over it, when it first starts opening. And then all of a sudden they disappear. And ants are known as, industrious. The meaning behind them is industrious. Yeah, so And I'm looking at the two birds. See the two birds on each side of her, mirroring each other. You know that the soul flame, it's the divine masculine, divine feminine are mirroring each other as far as rediscovering that lost part of themselves, that divine part of themselves. And I had just heard something today about it's really about, we're taught to we're taught to be in the 3D world, and we completely forget about the spiritual side of ourselves. And when we start awakening, it's like all these spiritual things start happening. We start awakening to the spiritual side of ourselves, which is we're a spiritual being having a human experience. We were spirit first, we're soul. And, we start experiencing all of this. We start reawakening to our soul, to our spirit, to the wisdom within us, to the deeper meaning of life. And, that's what's happening. And it's a balance. It's balancing out too between the 3D, rising above the 3D and the um, into the spiritual realms, but being able to be of this world, but not in it, balancing all of that out. The other one that came up for the journey is Kuan Yin. I love Kuan Yin. Kuan Yin is the care and compassion for ourselves, for others. And if you look, I love this. Oh my gosh. If you look, I'm going to try to put these side by side. So they have the same kind of flowers. Look, Radha and Kuan Yin. And it's almost like Kuan Yin's flowers are it's like the reverse, or the like taking the flower and putting it inside out. It's like Radha, the soul flame, all the pink, all the love is coming out in there. And if you look here, same thing, but the love is turning into a brighter, pure light. Kuan Yin, care and compassion for ourselves and others. And I feel like that, the compassion is the backside of our heart. And I feel like that has been opening for both, I felt it in myself. So I feel like it's been opening for the divine feminine, the care and compassion for self and for others, choosing to be love in everything you do the right thing for everyone involved, and offering a helping hand. So choosing to be love in everything you do. But I'm blown away at the similarities of these flowers. The soul flame, the love coming out through the soul, and the Kuan Yin, the care and compassion, the light really, really shining out through the flower, through the soul. And you'll notice each of them she has the third eye emblem, and she has the third eye emblem as well. Wow. And again, I'm seeing this involving the heart chakra as well as the soul. This involving the purity of the divine feminine, divine masculine on the journey, the purity that we have to go through. And then the last card is Krishna, devotion, trusting our spiritual guidance and our commitment. And the commitment that we have has been recognized. You are loved unconditionally. If you're on a twin flame journey, devotion is definitely part of it. Being very, very devoted to going within yourself and learning from within yourself and what you need to know on a regular basis, and going within to heal It's really going within allows you to look at yourself honestly and openly and surrender things to the higher power for healing. And, the inner journey, it's really an inner journey, a journey to deeper to the self, which is, what all three cards are really showing. Kuan Yin and Rada, the soul, the heart and soul, and the devotion that it takes to be on this journey is incredible. But the devotion is being recognized by the other side. Your devotion toward your journey and toward your twin flame is being recognized. And you look above his head has the independence of the oh my gosh, the bird peacock. The independence of the peacock and the eye of the peacock. Wow, all knowing. So for the journey, it's pretty powerful. Well, we could just stop right there, you guys. And it would be very satisfying, wouldn't it? All right, so for the masculine, and when I talk about each of these, remember that we all have feminine and masculine energies within us too. So think of it on both realms for our masculine, and also, we all have the divine masculine, feminine energies within us. Okay. So for the masculine, I pulled the divine feminine, which says the frequency of divine feminine. I always like to say it as I am aligned with the frequency of divine feminine, which supports my receptive, nurturing, and soft side, allowing to express myself openly and helping us to connect to our intrinsic understanding of our connection to all of creation. So divine masculine right now is really opening up to their feminine side. And that's something that, the masculines have always been taught to subdue, is their emotional, their soft, their feminine sides. They've always been taught from little on, it's not okay to cry, it's not okay to show your emotions. So this is something that they're opening up to. They're opening up to expressing how they feel from an emotional standpoint. So this is pretty powerful, and it's a 3. So birth, death, and rebirth. And then the other card that came up for divine masculine was healing. And that says, I am aligned with the frequency of healing, which supports intrinsic ability to restore our health and wholeness by consciously using the information that comes through to us through our senses and harmonizing everything accordingly. So to me, this is really them really tapping in to their inner wisdom, and where they're listening to their guidance, and they're taking their guidance and they're using it. They're using it to help them heal. So this is very powerful, and this is a number, it would be 11, which is a 2. So we have in sequential order 3, 2. And then the last one that we got for the divine masculine is conception. I am aligned with the frequency of conception, which invites us to bring our consciousness to our region, the place where everything in creation begins. It helps us to remember the infinite potential and possibilities of this space and what we can manifest through our own focused awareness and intention. So, again, and this is a number 1 plus 6 is a number 7, which to me 7 represents manifestation, but it's going to that inner place of consciousness where everything, began. And it's rising above the 3D, and it's really looking at things from a higher perspective, and in that higher perspective, when we go within to that place within, we can see a lot of different possibilities. and manifest through a focused awareness and intention. So, we're given focused awareness and intention in what direction we want to go. So these are really powerful cards for the divine masculine, but it started out by they're tapping into their feminine side, healing and listening to guidance on what they need to do in order to heal. In conception, they're creating and then creating it. How powerful is that? And then for the divine feminine, we have Joan of Arc. Wow, the warrior of light. I have a steel-like faith in myself. The angels armor me with conviction. So, the Joan of Arc was somebody that she stood up. First of all, she was a woman among men. She stood up for what she believed in a time where it was male dominance. And she stood up for what she believed in, having faith in herself that she could be a divine leader, a leader of light, bringing more light into the world by her beliefs and her conviction. She wore a heavy armor. For us, we're being told that we are very protected right now. We have the protection on this twin flame journey, divine feminine, divine masculines. We have the protection of our angels, our guides, of the higher power. We have that protection as we stand in the faith of ourselves, believing in ourselves and being a warrior of light. We have that. Queen Esther is the other card that came up for the divine feminine. Queen Esther, the morning star. My ego is in service of my soul, and I trust my soul's divine timing. So I find it interesting that it says morning star, and there's the star on the card, and stars are about, the star card in the tarot is about healing, healing and wish fulfillment. So, right now, I believe that the divine feminine is really being asked to focus on service. What is it that she needs to do in order to serve humanity from her, her soul purpose? And, to trust in the divine timing of her union. So, yeah, and that, wishes are going to be fulfilled, but it's trusting, it's focusing on service right now, on the her soul purpose, focusing on herself, having faith in herself that she is a leader, she is that leader, she has the Joan of Arc spirit within her, the conviction to keep going, and the wish fulfillment of focusing on the spiritual, service to humanity right now, and trusting that what's meant for her is going to be coming to her. Wow. And she's got the aura of light of the Holy Spirit around her. And then I love this card. Lelita, I think I said that right. Lelita is the red goddess. She's the goddess of playfulness, of spiritual power. Playfulness is a spiritual power. Laughter leads me back to the light. So, we get this, we started out for the feminines with this Joan of Arc, being very strong, very much conviction on your journey with yourself, having that strong faith in yourself, that you are a leader, you are the light, and then focusing on service, but in doing that, also letting your playful side come out, because that is helping in manifesting your dreams as well. And that the laughter, always comes back to the light. And I always find it so interesting how our guides can be so funny. Um, I'm trying to think of an example that I've had happen to me, but they go, it's like they come in and they just you lose them. You don't remember. I don't remember exactly, but I've had some funny instances, where my guides have just made me laugh. And the higher power is so funny. There might be a song that comes through, or something that happens out in nature, something that somebody says to you and it just strikes you as, it brings out that laughter and playfulness. Um, one thing that I have been reconnecting with through some friends of mine too is, when I was younger, we played a lot of board games and things like that. And I have been reconnecting with that, and it's actually been a lot of fun. A lot of, it's some of it is a little intellectual, but it's been a lot of fun to go back to that. So, and you'll see, the more we tap into that playfulness and laughter, the more that, we have all this transformation happening around us. It's bringing in the transformation and light around us. So that's beautiful. And I just feel like I love this card looking at her because I feel like she's in motion and she's holding the arrow, the bow and arrow, the arrow and the bow. Um, like she's gonna take one of those or take several arrows and shoot them out, but I feel, and that's the manifestation that happens, but I feel like she's in motion. She's like doing a dance, or she's just in motion while this is all happening. So that could be the speed of the energy that we've been going through as well. But anyway, that is all I have for this reading, and I'm so thankful for all of you viewing this. And this reading got a little long, but I think it's really powerful. And I'm wishing you so much love, so much joy. Namaste.